Hey, John, thank you so much for taking the time today to chat with us about your observation app and letting people use it for COVID-19 crisis for free. I wanted to ask you about how can we transfer knowledge? I really need to get stuff out to my front end staff about what they need to be doing. But on top of that, I also need to be getting visual observations back from the sites to know that they're rolling out what we're trying to execute on point. Can you help me with that?
Absolutely, Tamara. And first off, thank you. And absolutely, we're really just trying to help with this one. So to do it, on the bottom of the screen, you just hit the Start Plus. You can go into a COVID-19 area that was set up, and then you have the ability to interact either with a quick safe, a quick at risk, or a checklist. And so to think about those as from a checklist standpoint, if you have a thorough checklist that you want to have your employees go through, you can do that. If you just want an ability to say, hey, I have quickly something that is an issue, I can do the quick at risk. Or in this case, I just want to share information, so I'm going to use the quick safe. So I can tap on that so it's checked, hit begin in the corner, and then I can go ahead and just put in some comments. Then once I put in my comments, I can also go ahead and attach a photo for an example. So in the bottom corner, I'm going to hit on the little camera icon. I'm going to choose a photo, give them my example, in this case of social distancing markers, choose it, and then in the upper corner, hit save.
Great, thank you. I do like that COVID checklist so that we can check in real time and see if anybody has had symptoms before they come to work. I've got the notification already here, and that is in my feed. And I'm going to make a comment back as if I was an employee.
Great,
I'm done.
perfect. There's a notification. I got that notification back at the top of the screen, and then also I can go ahead and hit on comments and I can start looking at your response. I can then respond back.
Okay, so I got the notification on my side, and I'm going to reply. Yeah, I know that what the person used may not be in our mind what's the right thing, but our employees are just doing the best they can with what they have.
Okay, great. I got your notification on the other side at the top of my screen, and then also in my comments, now we can see your response back. I now have the ability to take a look. In this case, you sent me a short little video, so I can play the video. I can see, okay, there's colored tape. I can see you got the tape measure. Make sure it's 6 feet. Perfect. I can close that video out, and then I can just tell you, looks great.
That's great, and it's showing up on my side. So the only question I have here, because we've got the knowledge transfer, we're sharing some best practices. I'm able to give on-site observations quickly. What about the multiple team communication? Can other people comment on this thread?
Absolutely, Tamara. That's a very important point. Everybody that's on this app, as we're having this conversation, has the ability to see it. So now you can see actually an example there at the bottom where Barry Nelson was paying attention to our conversation and said, "Hey, thanks for that. It's really good information." So perfect.
So great. So we actually have several locations here. I'm in Toronto, you're in New York, and Barry's in California. So we've got a really wide reach of our teams, multiple teams everywhere. So this is really hitting what I need to know. So, and I really like the fact that I'm able to identify a critical concern very quickly. I'm receiving prioritized notifications and alerts are being sent to everybody. So the only thing that's coming to my head now, John, is that I need at a glance dashboards so that I can prioritize the information for the executives who are now making decisions on where do they need to focus in order to mitigate risk for our company. How can you help me there?
Yeah, no problem, Tamara. So another thing that we can do is there's an analysis area. So there's another icon at the bottom of the screen. And when you tap on it, you have the ability to have basically visualizations. In this case, these are some pie charts, but there's many ways that information can be represented. But immediately, if you're on the app, you don't have to worry about emailing anything. You just have these available to yourself to see what your answers were to some of your key questions.
Great. Thank you so much, John. That was great demo. I appreciate your time today.
Oh, absolutely, Tamara. And at the end of this video, there'll be a slide that has additional information to contact us and get engaged with this if you'd like.